If you want to scalp lower time frames like a 5 minute using the CCI, this is what I would do. You have to scalp it a bit differently than the 15 minute. And on the 5 minute chart on the right hand side, you can see there's an 8 EMA, a 24 EMA. There's a 24 CCI with a 24, that should be that one there, I don't know why it isn't. That should be a 24 exponential moving average, which is the blue line. And down below, just to make it easy, I've got this CCI, which is a 24. It's made by Uncle L. If it loads up, it's made by this geezer, just Uncle L. It's called the coloured CCI histogram. You find it in TradingView under indicators. You have to trade the 5 minute a little bit differently than the 15 minute, and it's not much differently, but it's just because it's a 5 minute, you're going to have lots more whipsaws with everything. Okay. This is by no means the golden, the golden egg, the holy grail, but this is how I would approach it. With the 15 minute, I'm looking to see extremities of price or the CCI pushing through for shorts, the minus 100 and the plus 100 for longs. The 15 minute will just holds its price or holds its trend a bit longer, whereas the smaller time frames, they whipsaw all over the place, as we know. So you'll notice down below, you can see there's green histogram going up, and there's red histograms going down with cyan, okay, or pink, I think that should be. So, and there's a zero line. So what you could be doing, let's just say in here, clearly price is pushing down through the 8. It's pushed down through this 24 EMA, and also the 8 has pushed down through the 24 EMA. I would be looking at the histogram of this bottom CCI, and you can see that it's pushed through the zero line, and you can see how it's light pink and then it goes red. Okay, well, when it goes red, that means that it's time really to be engaging in a trade short. I'm not saying it's going to go short. Price can do anything, but based on that assumption, I would be entering around about on this bar here somewhere and looking for a short. This is crude oil, and there was a very small scalp. Unfortunately, it sucked back on us, but not by much, and then the thing took off. Okay, and you could have called that a scalp. Where you get out would be, look, it's up to you. I would definitely get out when this black line, which is the CCI line, crosses back through the minus 100. Okay, then you can see it went above the zero line. Does it mean it's going long? Not really, but it could do. You could scalp that. I would just put a really tight stop under the bar, and if it went, it went. And then you can see here again, it took off again, and it went down. Let me just make this bigger. This is why I don't trade the lower time frames on this. Mind you, you can be hugely successful with it, okay? You probably just need to devise a better strategy than the one I'm showing you. I'm just showing you how to use just the histogram down below, okay? You can also incorporate the CCI above, which is when the CCI crosses below its moving average, just be ready and engaged to take a short. And when the CCI line crosses back through its moving average, that's where you exit, okay? You could also incorporate another moving average in here to help you. You could try 72 in there. Why didn't that work? You could try a 72 or a 100 or a 200 EMA, whatever you need to do to sort of keep it on the right side of the trade. Everything works and nothing does in trading. This is the problem. Let's just go back to oil from last night, and oil was just very sluggishly pushing down. This is why it works better on longer term time frames, like a 15. But have a look here. You can see that the CCI on this here, it pushed through its EMA, and so that was an early signal. And then always just be watching price and the moving averages. Now, just based on this chart, excluding the CCIs, I would have engaged in a trade here anyway, okay? And this is where the CCIs are also helping you say, okay, you're in the right frame of mind for taking shorts, okay? Remember one thing, the CCI measures how far price has moved away from its average, its mean. And the average in our case is this purple line. Okay, the center line of both these CCIs is this purple line. That's all it's doing, is just saying, hey, we've moved away this far, now we're coming back to it. That's pretty much what the commodity channel index does. It does a little bit more than that, but I'm not, I've got to give Donald Lambert loads of credit, but at the end of the day, that's all it's measuring is how far it's moved away from its average, in our case, which is 24, because we have these set at 24. But it's just a visualized representation, and that's what I need in trading. And then you can see here that price came back to the 24. Now, would I go long here? I probably wouldn't. I engage a 72 EMA on a 5-minute chart, and you might be thinking, well, why the 72? It comes from, the 72 comes from this 15-minute chart. I'm taking, let me just get the calculator up here. I'm taking this 15-minute chart, so it's 15, right? And I'm taking this blue line, right? So times that by 24, right? Why the blue, and hang on, have I got it right? To divide that by 5. Yes. So the blue line on this 15-minute chart is the 24 period moving average. It's the longer one, okay? So I'm going a 15-minute chart, times that by 24, which is the moving average, divide that by the chart I want it to go on, which is this 5 minutes. So we go divide that by 5, and that gives me a 72. And so now this moving average, if I was to trace it on this 15-minute chart, you'll see it, and you watch on the 5-minute chart, you'll see it follow that, okay? And that's how I can just look at this 5-minute chart, and I can see exactly where price is in relationship on the 15-minute chart, because it's under the 72. Do you get me? That's pretty good, hey? So getting to this point here, would I be going long? No, price is under. It's in consolidation. And then you can see price is starting to move away. This 8 EMA is starting to move away from the 24. The early signals is the CCIs. And I'd be going, let's just go short, man. Let's do it. Same here, you don't go long. There's no longs, it's still short. That's how you can use the 5-minute chart, trading the CCIs. It's a lot more difficult, and you really got to have your A game on with all sorts of trading, but this in particular, because there's a lot of moving parts versus the 15-minute, okay? As you can see, the 15 minutes easier to read, whereas this 5-minute, it's like, oh, I've got these moving averages, they're all doing this, they're crossing over, the CCIs are all over the joint, But I generally trade with both of them up as I'm looking. All right, good luck.